Social media validation. When I think about that, the question comes to mind. Have you ever posted something and you keep checking your phone to see who liked it? Now be honest now. Because at some point it stops being expression and it starts feeling like approval. So the real question is, are you posting to share or are you posting to be validated? Let's talk about it. Let's light it up. About to have some good old fun tonight. Y'all already know what it is. We here. We about to make it happen for y'all. Uh, you know, this is episode 231, social media validation. And is it confidence or addiction? No filters, no scripts, just the truth. Y'all already know y'all tapped in with the fire session. Before we jump into the fight, y'all already know how we do. We got to make sure that people are good. Can't say my people because today we just got Trisha Michelle
Yeah.
with Big Ken. We missing the mouth of the South, Mr. Benji Banks, the man, the brand. He's a little under the weather today, so we gonna rock without him. So salute to our guy. We gonna miss him, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So Trisha Michelle, how you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Can't complain. Uh, I mean, it's Tuesday. It's Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday. So, I mean, I'm feeling great. So, I mean, I had some tacos, had some margaritas, all for the Lowski. We love that. And got mine with me. And we're gonna carry on. So it's a great week. I'm not tired. Kids is good. Life is good.
Yeah. I mean, that's good to hear. I'm glad everybody's good. Life is going well. Your boy still busy out here in these streets. More scenes, shooting this week and over the weekend. Uh, Life just gets so busy, man. But you know what? I ain't gonna even lie to you. Sometimes it's weird, right? I don't know if anybody else experiences. I'm pretty sure y'all all have because we all human where you just be sitting somewhere or riding in a car or something and you just feel heavy all of a sudden, like emotionally out of nowhere. Like it just hit me like this morning on the way to work. I'm jamming and it just like boom, like a ton of I don't know what it was, but I was just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? In moments like that, just let you know, just a reminder, you're human. You're
Yeah.
human and whatever, you think that you can kind of get away from in the moment, or you can just gloss over without talking about it, without, reaching out to people. You can't. So you just have to be, transparent and have conversations. And like for me, I think I was just letting, everything that I have going on kind of get the best of me because I'm putting pressure on myself to learn lines, to
Yeah.
be, to edit and to do all this stuff, like thinking all this stuff that I got to do. And I'm like, man, you know what? I just gotta let it be. So that's what I did today. I let it be. My day went well. It was
Yeah.
fluid. And I was just like, you know what? Sometimes when we have those pressures, it's just us. We put pressure on ourselves. It's not nobody putting pressure on us. We put it on ourselves. So yeah, I just gotta, chill and let it be.
You're doing a lot and you're doing well. But remember we were talking about it last episode. Give
Yeah.
ourselves a little grace. Be gentle on ourselves. And so we are our hardest critics. We're gonna go in on ourselves the most. We're gonna, so sometimes we can feel heavy. I've definitely felt heavy emotionally, all of that. So yeah, just know that you out there doing great. Pat yourself on the back. I seen the work you putting in. I was like, out here doing it. So you can relax a little, just a little.
Yeah, and I tell people all the time, like we talk about stuff on the show, and we have guests, and we have therapists, and all this great stuff. But sometimes even we need reminders
Mhm.
to, to follow our own advice. So it's tricky. It's tricky, but again, we're human. So, as they say, to human is to err. So
Yeah.
we just
We
try to
not
figure it
AI as
out.
much as Benji wants to be one. We're not one.
Yeah, I mean, clearly I use AI, but we are not AI. We are not robots. We have feelings, we have emotions, so we just try to navigate them as best as possible, just like everybody else. The only thing different is we have a little bit more information than most, or than some. So we try to navigate it that way and utilize our tools. But hey, we need a reminder every now and again too. So, all right, y'all, let's light it up. Today we're talking about social media validation and whether it's, building confidence or creating a quiet addiction that we don't even realize, right? Because I mean, social media was supposed to be about the connection. When it first came out, all these different, social media sites and stuff like that, everything was just based on connection, right? Sharing moments, ideas, creativity. But now it's morphed into something totally different, right? Likes feel like approval, comments feel like acceptance, and views feel like your worth. And that's what people base it on. So if you post something and it doesn't perform well, then it's like, dang, it can feel real personal when people are not liking, your post or sharing your post or interacting with your post. So,
Yeah.
it's tough, man. So Trisha Michelle, have you ever posted something that you kept checking for the likes? You kept checking in to see how many likes you had on it?
Uh, I mean, yeah, especially since I have my YouTube channel, so I mean, it's kind of based off of that. So I go back in and check the likes, check the comments, check the yeah. So I mean, everything I post pretty much on YouTube, I go back and look at the likes. But on Instagram, mm, I mean, yeah, I look at everything. I ain't even gonna lie. I look at analytics. I look at likes. I look at comments. I go right back and check. I'm not looking for validation, but I'm checking to make sure is my content. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I think for us that's what it is because I can't lie to you at first. Yeah, I was one of those people where I was checking the likes and feeling some type of way when certain people didn't like it, or certain people didn't
Yeah.
interact with it, or people that I felt like were closer to me
I was gonna say
were not.
maybe that still though in some way where you got your so called supporters or even your so called man whatever, especially when you dated you like you ain't like it like what you don't like it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a big fact, and that is, like I said, your circle of
Hmm.
people who you feel like are your closest to you, and you don't see them, pop into your lives. You don't see them liking your post,
Yeah.
liking your pictures, commenting, and you've shared with them the importance of that. And for some of us, we monetize. So, we
Yeah.
get money based on that. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that we look at, but for the average person, they're not monetized. They're not that invested in it, but they still feel some type of way when they post something and it doesn't get the likes. Cause I'm telling you, I ain't gonna lie to you, your boy a little petty. I do like to see when people post selfies and the selfie ain't selfieing. And I was like, that's not a good picture of you. You probably should take that down. No wonder why it's been up an hour and it's got 2 likes because it's not a good picture.
Hey, I love when I see the people post it and then you actually see they took it down. The post and deletes.
You know what? I've done that before. I've done that before with something, but not because it didn't get the likes. I posted something that I felt like maybe a little controversial for me to post.
Mhm.
And I'm like, this not really something that I would rock with.
Well,
It's
see,
something
that's
I find
different.
funny.
That's
It's some
different.
Yeah, because it's this stuff that I find funny that I know the masses might find like dark. Because I got a dark sense of humor at times.
But you should let
So
that live, cause I love a dark sense of humor. Like, I got a little bit of one too, and I'll be laughing at something in my little friends group. We a dark sense of humor friends group, so we'll definitely send some stuff that the next person will be like, "Oh my god." We
y-
love that shit.
yeah, because I be laughing at stuff and people would be like, I can't believe you laughing at that. That's not fun. You know how sensitive people are.
Man, bro, like,
People, and I guess I let that get to me sometime. People get sensitive in the comments, And
Yeah.
I just,
And
but
we do have to watch what we say and do to an extent though,
yeah.
because like, come on, we still wanna be ourselves, but they are a little extra sensitive. They not sensitive, they extra sensitive.
Yeah, and you know what? I can't lie to you. In the past maybe 2 weeks, that might be why I felt heavy this morning because I feel guilty about doing more for me and being more of me. And just, allowing that to just be and letting the chips fall where they may.
Yeah,
Right? And that's hard too after you've, lived your life, your whole life trying to impress people, trying to be, who other people need me to be and not really being who I am all the time.
yeah,
So yeah, so that's that's been a big thing, but it's been a great feeling over the past couple of weeks, just kind of being in the moment. And I can tell you this, it has helped me with my acting and being able to, be who I need to be on the screen at that time and just be open to whatever role it is
yeah,
and be able to, be creative in the moment. And a lot of acting is, remembering lines, but some of it is ad-libbing in the moment. And you can't ad-lib in the moment if you're not really, you know, creatively in the moment. So, it's
true.
kind of hard, So, but I was gonna ask you too, do you think that people would act differently if it was set up where the likes were hidden, where you just post something and people could comment per se or something like that, but there was no likes?
Um, I think no, I think on Instagram you can hide them. No? I'm not certain, but they're not hidden completely, or they used to be. I'm not sure. But anyway, I know a lot of relationships probably would have less fights. Because I won't say men, but some people tend to forget what they liking on and forget that people can see what they liking on, and it sparks a situation. But outside of that, I think people would move a whole lot different, if it wasn't on based off likes itself. But then I don't know if they were really posting. They wouldn't feel the validation that they're seeking. I mean, I would still post this. Those people that's seeking for actual validation, I think it would they would try to seek it in some other way. It would just enhance something else, like in some other way.
Yeah, and since you're talking about that, it kind of puts me in a mind frame of, when you have to be aware of what you're liking and what you're, clicking on. But isn't that kind of infringing on who you are? If you a guy, and let's just be honest. Let's be totally flat out honest. I don't care who you are. If a guy is on social media, probably about 85 to 90% of the guys on social media got somebody on their IG that they following with a big old butt that ain't their girl. So they gonna
That's
look
a
at the
fact.
picture. They gonna like the picture more than likely, but it doesn't necessarily. It's not a threat to your relationship because if they liking pictures of Cardi B, guess what? What is the likelihood that they're gonna actually be able to, come in contact with Cardi B or even talk to her? Slim to
And see
none.
and see, that's a good point because that is very true. But when it's Sally Mae from the next county over, who's just a regular person, you be like, "What you liking on right here?" Or it is somebody in a friends group of a friends group that you know of somewhere, and you're like, "Hold on." Like, you better like inside your head, cause because you run into the fact that on both ends, and I know you could agree, men and women, if they can get the opportunity to say, "Yeah, your man liking on my photos, or your girl in my inbox, or your girl under my picture, my post," like that. It's different now because now it's on social media versus in person. Like your girl all in my face, so now
Yeah.
she all over my post, or he all over my post. So it's like if you create that, like don't create that for me. That's a rule in my world for
Yeah.
sure. You could like in your head. Now, celebrities, I'm probably under the like too. You like Lala Anthony, so did I. Like I'm under there. But the people that you could have access to, don't play with me.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah, the accessibility to these people because I've seen a lot of women get upset because their guy liked, they follow this, Meg the Stallion or any of these celebrities or any of these
Yeah.
IG models that they still won't have access to, can't have access to, and they upset about it. But
Mhm.
there are ladies out here looking at gray sweatpants pages too. So, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like women like to put it on men a lot of times that men are the thirsty ones on social media.
Ain't no
But
women are I promise you, and this ain't because I'm in a relationship. I just don't really care for that. That's like, I guess it's because I play both sides of the field. So let me say that. Cause I'd rather go see you probably find me under the big booty page. But anyway, you're not gonna find me on the gray sweatpants page. I'm just telling you. Like you're not. But anywho, they are very thirsty in those comments because I love to read them because I'm like, whoa, the stuff that's being said is crazy. And women take it to a whole nother level. Men definitely will say some thirsty stuff, but women get this whole other like creative imagination, like fantasy type response. And you be like, yo, she be like, I'm coming right now over there. Like no pause at all. She there. Like,
yeah, yeah. Definitely. So all those are facts, and it's tricky to navigate. But let's just call it what it is. Social media has turned into currency, right? Not necessarily directly, but like I said earlier, some of us are monetized, so it's literally turned into currency for a lot of people.
true.
But the more likes you get, the more value, the more views, the more relevance. So it people will start chasing the numbers, and instead of
Yeah.
being themselves over time, their self-worth gets tied into the engagement. So it's basically they turn into this person that they try to portray on social media. They start turning into that person in real life. And sometimes it's good because sometimes people are not so confident in person, right? Not so confident in their real lives. But social media, as we say, puts a batter in their back and it amps them up, and they get some confidence. But um with the engagement, that's a dangerous thing. So have you ever deleted a post because it didn't get enough engagement? Because you say you follow the metrics and you have the dashboard and things like that, but you understand that some stuff is not going to get as many likes as the post did before or the next post after it. So have you ever deleted anything?
Yeah, but I would say it's more of like a purge. Like I'm cleaning up, or I'm going through, looking back, and I'm like, ah, this nigga is much like interaction, and it's probably, and I'm talking like not a couple weeks later. This is like 2 years ago or a year. Like I'm looking at it now from back when, and I'm like, yeah, this can come off. Like, or I don't even like the content that's there anymore. I've definitely done it
Yeah.
on my Instagram, where I'm just like, yeah, this can come off. This is mid now compared to what I'm on. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, let's get this out of here. So I guess it's my own self assessment. I go back and review, and I'm like, yeah, this can come off my page. Is wasting space.
Yeah, I think it's necessary if you're a person who, especially if you're somebody who posts a lot of
Yeah,
content, to every so often just go through there and kind of like you say, purge and get rid of stuff. And of course, you're gonna have a metrics of what you're gonna look at and how you're gonna decide what goes. And yeah, if a post got, if your post is getting 10,000 likes and you got one on there that got 100 likes, that one with 100 likes got to
yeah, that
go.
one gotta go. The world telling you something. Sorry, like,
Yeah, the
it just
world
gotta
is letting
go.
you, the world or the algorithm is telling you that
Or
that
the
wasn't it.
algorithm. I'm not gonna lie, algorithm be playing with us sometimes.
Yeah, because I had to be warned by somebody who's a social media guru that I had a conversation with maybe a couple years ago to stop deleting stuff because it didn't get enough engagement the first time and not reposting it. If you're going to delete it, repost it. If it was something you felt good about and you felt that it was content that just maybe somebody didn't see or the algorithm didn't, you didn't post it at the right time, delete it and put it back out there. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you're fishing, you know what I'm saying? Reel it back in and cast
Tag
it
'em.
back out there. Yeah, try it again.
I think that
Because
that's the my bad, go ahead. Imma
no,
do
no, no.
my
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that that's the fine line that we walk on as far as, like, us being content creators or, we have our podcast, we got our YouTube, like, all that stuff. For us, we're not reposting because we're seeking validation. It's our numbers, our metrics, our algorithm, like, it's a whole method to our madness, but in reverse, when it's someone else that people are doing that. So depending on certain people, some people it might look like we're seeking attention, but we're not. We just work in that system for our monetized pages. But the next person definitely does. They will go delete immediately or within a few hours. I've heard people actually in there. Yeah, I'm only gonna leave it up for a little bit. It don't got enough likes. It's off of here. Like they're seeking the people to approve of who they are, and it's like on our end, I'm just seeking the people to make me that money. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't have a problem with people deleting stuff per se, but I do find it hilarious, like we talked about earlier, when people post like a selfie. Like if you post a meme or something and it was like, people ain't really, feeling it,
Yeah.
I get it. Right. But if you post a selfie and then nobody's liking it, just
And
go
all of a
ahead and
sudden they
leave it up.
disappeared. I'd be like,
Don't disappear. Just leave it up. Maybe, and you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you though. Sometimes people are petty. Sometimes people won't like it because they waiting for other people to like it, and then they'll like it. I've heard that before too, which is crazy, but it happens.
sometimes I'm not even liking it and I'm sending it to somebody else so we could cackle real quick. Hey, you posted it.
Petty. You know what? And people are so quick with the screenshot. Like you think you deleted it. Somebody
Hey,
saw it.
it was up for that much of all it takes is a few seconds and somebody definitely has it. Like that's guaranteed
Somebody saw it. So
if they
man,
want it.
yeah, yeah, for real. And I can't lie to you. I've screenshot my fair share of things over this past couple of decades that we've had social media. And it's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun to see people lie and say, I didn't post that, or
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, what's this right here? They be like, oh, you screenshot that? Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah.
I
Got
seen it.
receipts.
I
Seen
seen
it.
it. I seen it. Yeah, 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 yeah. So keep that in mind. But hey, here's the uncomfortable truth about all of this is a lot of people don't post what's real. They post what gets attention, like you mentioned. So now that you've got people performing instead of just instead of just living life and being who they are, they smiling in pictures, but they struggling in real life. And the validation feels so good but it doesn't last, right? Um, so they keep chasing it. It's like a bad drug. It's like a drug. It really is.
Yeah.
Like social media is a drug, and I can't lie to you, your boy been addicted to it before. Well, I just couldn't push away from it. I kept posting and I'm on there scrolling, like they say, doom scrolling and constantly there until I realized my productivity is doo-doo. Like I'm not doing the stuff that I
Oh
need to be doing
man,
because
nothing getting done.
I'm so involved and so engrossed in other people's lives and business that I'm not handling my own. So I had to push back from the table, and people will people reach out to me all the time like, Ken, man, you stay on social media, blah blah. I was like, yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm actually on it. You can schedule a
Yeah.
post. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying? You can schedule posts, and once you realize the algorithm and when the best time to post, then you can schedule those posts during those times. So it may seem like your presence is there all the time, but I'm really not.
Yeah, I do the same. Little schedule here. Then I get a friend like, go to bed. Like I'm not I'll see it in the morning. I'm like, I'm not even online. Like I
Facts.
will sleep.
Facts. And Facebook and Messenger is terrible about that too, where they'll have your little light green and you're not even on Messenger and you're not even on Facebook. And people will send you messages asking you like, why you still up? What you think about this? Blah blah. Oh, you didn't respond to me yesterday. Man, I was asleep.
Right.
Like my light might have been green, but my real lights at home was dark. I was out of there.
Man,
So,
some people believe that like is Bible. Like you was up. Like, especially if I mean it ain't happened to me. So some of these examples, y'all, don't think it's mine. Okay.
mhm. Mhm.
But nah, like that a lot of you only get that message like, yeah, you was up on Instagram all night. You ain't called me. Like, huh?
Mhm.
I was asleep.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes they do tell on people, and they do be on
Yeah,
social
that's the
media.
problem. But so you gotta understand it's not always 100% certain. So we're gonna get
Yeah,
away with a little something, something. I wasn't really on there.
yeah, nah, it's definitely hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, it
hey,
is.
people got to get out of creep mode, man. If somebody say they wasn't
Yeah.
up, they wasn't up.
And if you gotta
Either
be that worried, damn.
that or they just didn't want to talk to you.
Right, like, living the truth. Like,
Yeah.
maybe they didn't wanna talk to you. They didn't gotta talk to you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? I was thinking about this earlier too. I was gonna ask you this because when I mentioned a couple of times that I've posted things that I, I wasn't so sure about posting anyway. Have you ever posted something that you hesitated to post, but you did it anyway because you were worried about what people might think?
Mm, I'm sure I have, but I go back over everything, and I look at everything, the background, foreground, it's the stance, the look, the like, I'm heavy critiquing myself before I put it out there, but I could say more, no less on the photos, more on, like, maybe, like, a video or something, doing something me and my daughter do some random stuff or whatever, and then I'd be like, "Eh, I look crazy, but oh well, Imma post it." Like, I'll do that for sure, like, dang, I look straight up crazy because she likes to record stuff just in the moment, which is fine, whatever, but I'll be like, "Ooh, you ain't sat there." Like, most of the stuff is planned. You sit there and you do your face or your hair or you put your outfit on or whatever in certain cases when you're doing your content, and it just go. She's like, "Yeah, let's record it. Let's go. We're supposed to record while we're tasting this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I look back at it like, "Oh, Lord." I'm like, "Well, we posting it."
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't do a lot of that content anymore. Like, just like I guess like the personal content.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to be really big on that. Like I'd be at my son's games and going live and doing a lot of that stuff. I said I'm gonna get back to doing that because people always ask me questions and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? It'd be pretty cool if I just go live every now and again because
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I'm not a celebrity. Of course I'm not. But there are people who reach out to me all the time and like to just pick my brain about stuff and like to have these conversations. And I just said I like to, engage people and
Mhm.
had these conversations with people on live. So, now that we have the ability to go live anytime we want and people can join the live and, have real conversations, like they can come and talk. They can come and
Yeah.
have those conversations. They can come and ask those questions. And I think it helps, when you have people supporting you. Like we got the fire session, we got the things going on different projects. It helps when you're asking people to support whatever you're doing, where they feel like they can actually reach out and touch and talk to you and interact with you.
Yeah.
I think that helps tremendously. So there are a lot of good things about social media, though. We talked about the negative stuff, so let's be fair. Social media is not all bad, right?
It's not.
You can build brands here, you can create
Mhm.
opportunities, you can connect with people all over the world. But the problem is when you start needing it to feel good about yourself. That's where
Yeah.
the issue at, right? Where you need it because your confidence should be from within, not from the notifications, not from the likes, not from the comments, because it can go the other way real quick, right? You could
For
post
sure.
something and people could be, positive and cheering you on and providing encouragement. And then it's that one troll that's in the comments, look at your hair, look at your hairline.
Mhm.
And you're like, dang, man. See, I was
I'm
just
like, "Look at
feeling
your
good about
mama."
this.
See, that's why I
And
can't.
I
You talking
see,
mess.
I be wanting to do that, and I have done it. I ain't gonna lie, I have done it, but because I don't want people to look at me any differently than what they do, and
Yeah.
most people have a good view of Ken. I don't want to be in the comments roasting people, talking negatively to people because that's not the person that I truly am and I want to portray. That's old Ken. Now I ain't gonna
I'm
lie to you. People
I'm
people who grew
reading you your rights over here. I'm
well,
just
people
kidding. I'm just kidding.
people who grew up with me, they know, like, I was known for roasting people.
Yeah.
As much as I hate it, as much as I hate it now in
There's
my
nothing wrong with
adulthood,
that?
I feel terrible, Trisha Michelle, when I'm places and people be like, so and so and so and so, you gave her that nickname. I'm like, I didn't give her no nickname.
She
Yes, you
gave it to
did.
herself,
Yes, you
technically.
did. We were in Mr. Johnson's math class, and you told her. I said, "Oh, I did. I did. Wow, you remember that?"
See? And then see, they need to think about something else. They the one bringing it back up. Let's think of the past. Leave that alone.
But you know what? Some stuff hurt people so deep, and it was
I
so
know.
surface
That's
level
true.
for us, but for them, it hurt them deep. I even
You know,
had
that is very true because we just be playing or so we think, and then
Yep.
that person do not forget that you called me little doodle mama or whatever, I don't know, the whole time, and so now everybody think I think, and it's been hard to find people, or who knows, and you'll be like, "What?" Because you don't want your whole married life, you find and you're like, "Wow." So, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you that person that used to smell like pee and everybody knew it, and it's 30 years later, we've been out of school almost 30 years, and people still be like, "Hey, man, you remember she used to smell like pee?" I be like, "That's
Wow.
tough. That
See.
is tough." But, you know, there's a lot of people who have come to me with really positive things about who I was in high school and who I was in college. But there was this one guy. I'll share the story with y'all. He came up to me at an alumni event and he said, "I used to hate you."
Mm.
He didn't say he said some other words. Yeah, and he wasn't mad or upset. He was just like, "I
He
used
was
to
just
hate
very
you."
blunt, matter of
Yeah.
fact.
He was like, "Nick, I used to hate you in
Mm.
school. I couldn't stand you. Every time I would see you walking down the hall, I'd be like, oh, he think he the coolest. He think he this. He think he that." And he said, "Man, I had to come up to you to tell you that knowing you now as a grown man and being around you at these events has totally changed my perception. You are not that guy. You are not the person I thought you were. Like, you are one of the coolest dudes I ever been around, man. I enjoy being around you. I enjoy being here and I enjoy being in your company." Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, man, how could I have hated this guy all these years? And now, I'm sitting across from him and we talking, sitting at the table, eating together, having drinks, and man, I feel like I'm connected to him. So it was one of those moments. It was like, man, but see, this is the good part of social media, right? You get a chance
Right.
to connect with people that otherwise you wouldn't have any dealings with.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then they get to see a different, like, depending on if the person ain't online lying about themselves, because that's a whole nother story. People, you can be all that you could be on the internet. So, but I mean, I do applaud that. I've definitely had somebody say they thought I was stuck up, and I'm like, what? Because that's the last thing I am. Like,
Yeah, yeah, I've
yeah,
gotten that too. I've gotten that too from especially from the ladies. They say, "Well, we know you're tall. Of course, you're light skinned. You got a beard. You got a bald head. Blah blah blah. We thought you were just gonna be, distant, untouchable, not wanting to talk to people." And I'm like,
that say a
"Nah."
lot
I
about
said,
their own self-esteem. Because, like, why does all of that equate to that? Like, that's
But
crazy.
but but that's social media though. Like
Yeah, I
you,
know.
you even had a whole group called Beard Gang. You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. And the ladies were in there absolutely cutting up in that group. And that is the first time I think I have seen the ladies be that thirsty.
Yeah,
Like
they
I
was
had
thirsty.
never seen that side of women as a whole on social media just go to those type of links to be that thirsty because a dude had a beard. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But hey, again, social media, the effects of that. But
Mhm.
you have some of these guys that were in that group that these ladies was like, he ain't even cute, he just got a beard. But
Yeah.
the social media affects their confidence. The social media raises their confidence, as we mentioned earlier. So, do
Yeah.
you feel like with social media, does it affect your confidence at all?
No, I'm the same exact person on and offline. I'm like, I would say exactly the same thing. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing. Like, post whatever. Like, it's exactly who I am. But I feel like maybe like younger me, if I was in this like area that I am now back then, maybe it might have. But nah, I'm. It doesn't affect me at all.
Okay. Yeah. I think for me, maybe when social media first started, maybe, some things that, you would post back then, or maybe you not be so familiar with certain things, learning a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. I had my moments in early like IG when Instagram first started. Facebook first started, not really knowing how to navigate it because I wasn't one of those people who was already on what is it, Black Planet,
Oh,
Black
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Planet and MySpace. Like I
And
didn't have,
MySpace, there we go, that's what I was trying to think of the name.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
See,
I
I
didn't
was
have,
already on those.
yeah, I didn't have any of that stuff. So Facebook was my first run at
Mm,
social media. So I was still learning, and you had people that were bringing the culture from, Black
yeah,
Planet and from, MySpace to Facebook. So like they kind of already had a head start and kind of already had a lay of the land of how things were going.
yeah,
So yeah, so I wasn't as confident then, and of course I went through portions of my adulthood where I had got really fat, so I was out of shape and I knew it,
mhm,
and of course that affected my confidence. Even though I knew I was a nice guy, I was the big guy, the big fat guy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, nah. So
mm,
I had to learn just to be myself, man. And for me, a lot of people know me online for just cracking jokes and posting funny stuff, and that's exactly who I am.
yeah,
Every now and again, I'll throw something introspective in there to make you think or have a good conversation about. But, for the most part, I try to keep it funny, and that's who I am. I just like to laugh. I like to cut up. So, it really doesn't affect my confidence at all now because I I don't care. Right. Like I'm gonna post what I want to post. If I feel like I want to take it down, I'll take it down. But it's not gonna be predicated upon somebody else's, uh comments or somebody else's stance. Is going to be based on what I feel is best for me.
exactly. Yeah, and that's where I'm at, and that's a great place to be.
Yeah, facts. All right. So do you feel like you can build confidence online, or is it something that has to be in you in real life and then it, just spills over online?
Mm, I feel like it could be built online and torn down online, like,
Mm,
depending on the person. Like, say you are riding in that space where your self-esteem and confidence is low, but you are getting a lot of great feedback, and you're getting a lot of, the algorithms rhythming and everybody's seeing it, but the feedback is great. You're slowly, like, it starts building up and building up. You start gaining your own confidence. You start moving a little different, posting a little different, trying out different stuff, whatever. So it'll build that. But on the opposite side, it could tear you down. So it's a really finicky place to be in if you don't have your own self-esteem at a high level, at least in some type of way already, or a lack if you lack the ability to not allow other people to, like, just be able to have that type of impact on you. So if everything anyone says or does is going to have you down and depressed and whatever it is, yeah, social media could tear you down, but it could build up a person who already has the ability to have a strong mind and confidence. It can do well because it's just that little oomph you need it, and then social media give it to you. They'll be like, "Girl, look at that! All right now, boy, I see you." You be like, but the opposite end, they be like, "Girl, why you put that on?" And if you don't have a good personality, are you open to that critique? Because if you're here looking for validation, but you're only looking for good stuff and you can't bear the bad stuff, because the bad stuff is gonna come. But if you're not looking for it, like there's this lady, they tore her down about how she wore her wig. And but there was people like, girl, you need to do this. Like, what are you doing? And she made the next video, she made those tweaks and it looked great. And so instead of crying in the corner, she used that and made the adjustments and came back and she was like, "No, you guys are right. It looks better." Like, so I mean, it can definitely build you up, but it can tear you down.
yeah, and I think that's the downside to it because as much as like you said, it can build you up. Where you built it is where it's going to crumble. So,
Mhm.
the same people that put the battery in your back will take the battery out.
Fact. Mhm.
So, I've seen it. I've seen, people post pictures and people are being funny in the comments like, "Oh, girl, you look good," knowing doggone well that that's not a good picture. And
Yeah,
they
no, I
just
nah.
they're just encouraging it because they want to keep roasting. They want to keep the picture up so they could, like you said earlier, so they could share it with their homegirl. Girl, look at this. Because I promise you, your pictures and your posts end up in more inboxes than likes on the initial post.
Absolutely.
I'm willing to gamble that on a lot of times because
Mhm.
especially when you post a picture, people share pictures. I'm guilty because I'll share a picture and, because I might not want to, you know, put a comment on there or like it or whatever. I send it to somebody else, be like, look at this food she cooked. Look at this. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, when
I can't
y'all
stand the
cook,
ugly food photo. Oh my god.
when y'all cook these plates and they look
And it's like,
flavorless and
yeah.
unseasoned, I'm roasting and I'm sending them to people and
Mhm.
asking everybody else, okay, am I tripping? How do you feel about this? Give me an assessment on this plate of food or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I have my peanut gallery, and my five
Facts.
session people is definitely that. They
Oh,
go
we gonna
I'll definitely go send stuff to the group. We got group chats, of course. So
facts. We gonna
and
cackle. We gonna
yeah,
come.
yeah,
We
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
man.
Yep, definitely, definitely. But one big thing about it is when your mood depends on your engagement, you're not in control anymore. And that's what a
Yeah.
lot of people experience right now. Your confidence goes up and down based on other people's reactions, and that affects your self-esteem, your decisions, and even how you present yourself to the world. And people don't understand how powerful social media is when it comes to that until they post a picture of themselves. I think that is the ultimate test of your algorithm, who's following you, who supports you.
Yeah.
Because of course, last week I posted a picture of myself in a suit. Um, I don't really care what people would think. I thought I looked good in the suit, so I posted it, and I got good stuff. I didn't get any negative, but I'm pretty sure somebody sent it to somebody in the inbox. Like, look at him. He think he this. He think he that. I'm sure of it,
Facts.
and
Somebody for sure somewhere did.
that's fine with me, right? Because when you see me in person, I'm gonna look the same way as I do on my pictures. It's not
Yeah.
that's one thing about me. So I don't care about like posting any pictures, because whatever you see on the pictures, what you're gonna see when you see me in a grocery store, you're gonna see the same person.
Mhm.
You're just probably gonna, be like most people, be shocked when they meet me in person and haven't seen me before in a long time, and they notice how tall I am. Other than that, I look just like I look on social media.
Facts.
So, I mean, I don't have an issue with it, but there are so many people who I know, they take pictures and they feel like they're confident, they look good, and they either don't get the likes or people are right in the comments just acting a fool, especially on Instagram. Oh
Yeah,
my
Instagram goes wild, man.
god.
I love a good comment section real quick. Imma hit the comment section fast. I'm running there on certain posts. I gotta read it. And it'll have me literally over here just tickled in the corner.
Yeah, them IG comment sections go crazy, and at this point, you kind of got to expect some trolls. You when
Yeah,
you post anything, I don't care what it is, you have to expect the trolls to come, and you have to be okay with that, and
for
just
real.
know that somebody's gonna have something negative to say. And and like you said, sometimes you can feel bad about it, but sometimes you can use that as fuel, right? Like they
Mhm.
talked about that lady's wig, and instead of her crying about it, she fixed her wig.
She
And
got it together.
yeah, that's the way you can approach it, because sometimes everybody, like my mom used to say, everybody ain't wrong. Everybody ain't
Hey,
wrong
no,
about
and they wasn't wrong. They
you.
they was not wrong.
Yeah, some people wrong about you, but everybody ain't. So sometimes them people telling you stuff, you probably need to listen, because they telling you the truth about yourself. And sometimes, unfortunately, the people around you are yes men and women,
Man,
and they're not gonna tell you the truth. So it's like, man, y'all could have told me them glasses was ugly. Why y'all had me walk around with the ugly glasses? And it took other people that I didn't even know to really tell me that. And I had to go back and look and be like, you know what? Those glasses were terrible. But
yeah,
it took
people
some
be
strangers
foul.
to tell me that.
That circle, man. That's why I be like, "Yo, they ain't got no real friends." When I see something crazy, I'm like, "There's no way," especially when they out with their friends group or something. I'm like, there's just no way your friends didn't say nothing to you or your man or your girl. Like, them is your enemies if they let you out like this. Like, they let you look like this. Uh-uh.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. There are some outings that I go to and I see some people and I'm like, so those are your friends sitting with you and they observed what you had on before you left and they still allowed you to come here with that on. All right. All right. All right. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I might not say too much to my partners about stuff, but I'm be like, you wearing that? That what you wearing? That
Right.
means reevaluate. That's
Yeah,
what that means. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you without telling you. And they get the mess. They be like, oh, these shoes don't go. No, no, player. You need some
yeah,
different shoes, my guy. You gotta go get something. Go switch that up. Cause I don't want him going out with us and we out and the fellas is out and you looking crazy. And everybody like, why y'all let your boy come out like that with that shirt on? Mm-mm.
yeah,
Nah,
that's
player.
not he said, "Why
Don't
you let him come out like that?" Like, "Hold on, we
Yeah.
told him."
Yeah. Nah, you know what? And then some of your friends, you can tell them, and they just was like, "Oh well, girl, I feel comfortable in this." Bruh,
Man, I used to
I'm
have
a
a friend, she would always put on animal print, but, like, it wasn't the best for her body. And so I would be like, why you like animal print so much? Like, how about for this one, let's not wear animal print, okay? Let's put on something else." Like I would this was back in my 20s, and I would be like, yeah, like, let's try this dress. Don't put that one on, put on this. Like, or I would be like, and no animal print this time. Like, I'm trying to help you out. Get that shit out. Yeah, that she just loved her. I promise you, she could show up in some animal print. She was, and I would be like, "Girl, this is not a safari night. We are not on explore. What is it, a little expedition, whatever? Looking for you, girl. The men will hunt you without the print. Let's put the print down."
I mean, I'm pretty sure now she's a cougar, so it's fitting. You know what I'm saying? She can wear all the animal print she
Well,
wants.
there's a lot to say about that individual,
Oh
but
wow.
but it ain't a cougar.
Yikes.
Those
Yikes.
photos get sent for cackling,
Oh,
and we're not
okay.
even that type of friend anymore. Because she didn't listen to other advice. She
Oh,
shoulda knew. Red flag
oh,
shoulda been the animal print.
oh.
She didn't wanna listen in.
Well, interesting, interesting.
Oh,
But
you know what? Speaking of the impression that other people make, same said person made a post that was like, whoever is it's funny though. Whoever keeps sharing my stuff to other people, I'ma figure out who it is. Cause I get a lot of you know how you look at the algorithm, you see that little arrow thing that shows that they send it to someone else and that puts a number under it. She's like, it's a whole lot of them. And so I'm gonna find out who y'all are and blah, blah, blah. Like I know y'all probably on here just observing and talking shit or whatever. And I'm like, yo, that's she paying attention. But what if they were sending it to be like, girl, I want to be like this? I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's the opposite because I'm not sending it for that reason. Definitely sending it for the other reason. So I mean, like it was just funny that you talking about how like a person to be looking at their stuff and based off of that, like I see that my arrow has definitely got numbers on it regardless of what it's for, negative or positive, I really don't give a damn. Share it, have somebody look at it, get them numbers up.
well, I mean, yeah. Again, for us, if you monetize, the more people share it, the more people interact with it,
Yeah,
comment, whatever, all of it bodes well for us. But people have to understand what social media is. And you're gonna have people that's gonna have something to say. So you might as well get out your feelings. And
right.
if you have the confidence to post it, then you just got to be okay with whatever people are saying because you put it out there for the world to 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 observe or to judge.
Mhm.
People get upset when they post something or put some information out there and then get mad when people come in the comments and say, well, why'd you do that? You said you did this. Why you in my comments asking? Because it's social media.
Because
That's
it's
what
social
people are gonna
media.
do.
Like, be prepared for the adverse reaction to what you're saying and the questions. Like, mind your business. Do
Yeah. And
you put it on social media? Like,
yeah, but people are attention seekers, and we talked about this many times before on the show. the dreaded broken heart emoji, no words, or just the one word, post,
Yeah.
heartbroken, and then people are all in the comments like, "Girl,
What's
what happened? Are you
wrong? What
okay? What's wrong?"
happened?
It's like, come on, y'all, we too old for this.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just hungry."
Bruh. Or it could be the worst. It could be, your
True.
your parent, your sibling or something like that happened to somebody. But if you're gonna put it out there, just put it out there. Just go
Yeah,
ahead and
because
put it out there.
for one, I'd rather do that than or at least put some type of context to it so they can take the context clues and get it together. But to have to answer all those inboxes for no, no.
No, but you know what? People like that because it gives them something to do. Some people are just bored and they don't have
Yeah.
no life. They don't have nothing to do but to sit
You know what?
there
Yeah.
and figure out, ways to drum up attention. I saw a post from Lil Duval and that had cracked me up. He said, story time for the ladies is nothing but a bunch of lies from women who want attention. And I started laughing because I'm like, sometimes I see, women go live or, be like story time, so on, so on, so on. I'm like, that is the most far-fetched story
When they
I
go
think I've
live
ever heard.
crying.
That used to irritate me. I haven't seen that in a long time, but that used
I
to
just seen
irritate
it
me.
yesterday. It's not none of my it was just in some, scrolling through reels and she legit was crying. And I was like, "You made a whole post. Like you posted a whole video. Like, how did you know you were gonna cry right now like before it happened?" And then you had to stop to say, "Oh, wait a minute, let me make this content from it." Like, get them tears off. Get out, cut it out. I hate seeing tears on social media because it's on social media. Like you took the time to post, edit it, make a little caption, and post it. So I can't do all that and be crying still. Like I don't
That-
know.
it's funny though. It's bad because some people they just don't know how to deal with adversity. Whether it be somebody passing or whether it be something happening in their life that's negative or whatever the case may be. Some people don't have a support system, right? They really don't.
That's true.
And they really don't have people around them. So they feel like social media is their support system, sadly.
Yeah, very sadly.
Because it could be really good and they could be really positive and they could be really supporting. And that's beautiful when it happens. But
Mhm.
it can also go very bad because you got somebody on there crying and she's talking about something that happened to her and she's really pouring her heart out. And somebody will comment, you ugly when you cry.
'Cause they
Uh,
will. They gonna say it. You
like
you need to never come on here and cry again. That's ugly.
you an ugly crier. I was like,
Ooh.
whoa, I have seen that. Like people will post like she is ugly when she cries. I'm like,
But you
yo,
gotta understand that they don't have to comment on what you're talking about. That everything in your video at that moment is up for reaction, including how you look.
and you know what? Since the very inception of social media, I have seen some of the wildest things. Um, I have seen somebody post, go live, in their feelings, crying and upset, and in the back behind them on the floor, there was a hot dog with no bun on the floor. Just the most random things. It was a hot dog out of the bun laying on her carpet. And you know me, I screenshot and sent it to Benji and was like, "Bro, do you see the wiener back there, Paul? Do you see that on the floor back there?" He was like, "Bro, is that just a hot dog with no bun?" Yes, sir.
That's
That's what
so
that's what
random. And why is
it's
it
just
just on the floor? Like,
I guess the kid probably was eating, and threw it or
okay.
whatever or left it and
But
it
see, that's why I'm always like, what does it look like on my screen? Like, what's that? Like, okay. Like, let me make sure like it's cleared out. Cause that to me is wild. I can't have random stuff going on.
yeah, so I want to point this out and before we get a chance to wrap up here. Ladies, I say ladies because ladies do this the most. Y'all want to take these pictures in the mirror and make these videos in the mirror. Clean your mirror. Clean the mirror. Stop
Yes.
saying, "Excuse my mirror, it's dirty, y'all." We see that it's dirty. Clean it.
Yeah. I mean, as okay, and here's the thing. As long as it took for you to get that perfect shot and how many different times you tried that pose and changed and moved around and did this, you could have wiped off that mirror.
You could have
But
wiped it.
I will hit you back because men more often than women. Wipe your stupid camera before you do videos and stuff. That stupid glare and blur. I can't stand if I see a video that is got all that in it, I'm skipping. Like I can't stand it. And men are just, record something, shoot something, whatever. They're not paying attention. It's been some women, and I'll write them like, girl, if you don't wipe your phone off, like wipe that off. Because it's so annoying to me.
True.
Like,
True.
and I know you see what I see. So y'all
Yeah.
know y'all seen it. No, redo.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. That's a fair assessment. Most guys don't be that in tune with how things look, but again, I'll point it out that the algorithm and a lot of this stuff is run by artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
and it will put you in a higher bracket of views when your stuff is clear, when your stuff is higher, higher definition,
Mhm.
so on
Good
and so forth.
sound, good look,
Yes,
yep.
yes. So if you are somebody who is wanting to be monetized, who is wanting to have better content and wanting to get more views and more interactions, more impressions, so on and so forth, make sure your stuff is, on point. Make sure your camera's good, make sure your content's good, make sure your colors pop, so on and so forth. And make sure you're using licensed music if you're gonna put music, because just installing music on these videos and then trying to upload it, Facebook will block it.
It sure
Trust me.
will.
Trust me. So yeah, so we're all learning, but like I said, social media is evolving and it means something different than what it did from the very beginning. Started out as something fun, saying something that we could connect with each other on. But now it's a whole new world and people have to understand that. So social media validation is real.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's a negative thing for them because they're not receiving the validation that they feel like they should receive. So, you got to get it together. Look at the episode again, glean some gems from it, and what I'm saying, just keep trying. Because if one of those people who on social media a lot and you want to see some success and everybody wants to be monetized, of course, you gotta go through some things to get to some things. And that's just how it goes. So, yeah, make sure you talk about these subjects with your friends and, what I'm saying, your friend groups and your group chats. What I'm saying? Y'all be honest with each other and y'all continue to support one another and show that love, but have some real conversations. And these topics that we talk about on the show are, friendly for all groups, for all ages, for, what I'm saying, for all ethnicities, for all backgrounds.
Mhm.
Continue these conversations and tell people about us, man. Steer people to the show so they can see what you see and hear what you hear. And y'all can have these conversations about these topics because they're definitely needed for sure.
Facts.
All right. So, Trisha Michelle, talk to the people before we get up out of here. Let them know something.
Well, he said go ahead and share it with your friends group. I would say, and when you're sharing it with your friends group, said friends group, it's okay. Tell them to take that shit down. If it's not, because my friends group in a heartbeat, I will be immediately on there, and they know because I've done it in the commented to them or in the inbox, shall I say, and I've been like, yo, this, like, take this down. Like, I went to my niece's, her thing, she didn't post something on TikTok. I'm calling, I'm like, yo, I need her on the phone now. Like, cause it's some stuff that this ain't nah. Like certain stuff shouldn't have been on there or whatever. She ain't paying attention. She just click upload. Like, pay attention, be intentional, not intentional to the point where you're just seeking for people to like it. And if they don't like it, it is everything. It means the world. And without it, you can't live. Like if you're at that point, you need some intervention, you need a therapist, and you need to build your own self-worth because social media should not validate exactly how much your worth is as far as you as an individual. So I will say that. And outside of that, if you find yourself not being able to live without being on social media, put it down, go read a book, go find a hobby, go pick up a second job, go expand your career, go see what your friends are up to, support your kids cuz some of y'all kids is waiting right there with a tablet becoming the next social media addict. So let's invest in other things. And I could talk that talk cuz I went 5 years without social media and did not care. So yes, it ain't just coming from somebody just saying da da da. And they're all over social media. I really don't care. I could go without social media today, but right now I'm paid from it, so I'm a different person. Get there. Anywho, you can find me on Trisha Michelle underscore TM on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. And of course, I'm always gonna say this: if you're not following the fire session and finding me every Tuesday here on our show, then I mean, I don't want to see you nowhere else. All right.
Facts, facts. We appreciate that. And see, she gave y'all the rundown. So I hope y'all were listening, man, because Trisha Michelle gives some great advice. And she giving it from the heart, y'all. She's telling you her truth in order for you to be a better person. So, you know what I'm saying? Take heed to that because not everybody gonna be that transparent and be that open with you to tell you that. Cause you know what? We love y'all, man. We love our people and we want the best for y'all. So we're gonna tell y'all the truth.
Yeah,
That's
y'all
for
can take a
sure.
break from social media, but don't take a break from us though.
Facts. That's big facts. All right. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. Social media validation isn't the problem, right? Depending on it is. It's okay,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, for you to want to feel validated through social media because you're putting time and effort into a post, into your content. And if you monetize, of course, you know what I'm saying, that means something. But depending on it is a problem. Because when your confidence comes from the internet, it can disappear just as fast as we mentioned earlier. So what you want to post and be who you are in real life, but don't let your likes decide your worth because the moment you need validation to feel valuable, you already giving your power away to the people in the comments and the people who like your post because whether they like it or whether they comment on it will change your whole mood. So don't give them that power. Keep it to yourself. All right. So you've been rocking with Trish Michelle, Benji Banks, and Big Ken, the fire session. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on all platforms so you don't miss the next session. And remember, check on your people. Stay locked in with them and listen to them. Until next time, stay lit. It's the fire session. Peace.